He wants to disintegrate the whole planet Vegeta.
That one is the best, and I mean it. What a joke. Come on, but I admit it. You're having us on, really. Why would you do this to Freezer? Why would you do it?
One Punch Man!
As soon as you see the record button get pressed, you're what? Oh my god!
Okay, wait. Check my levels again. Are we good?
We should probably start on another anecdote because this is episode 2. This is a whole full episode.
Besides, we recorded episode 1 yesterday.
Do you guys like feet?
God, do I?
So you guys like feet stuff?
It's not a negative, but I don't
you like touching feet, licking them, and
no,
like fucking.
No, I don't. I can see a picture. If I see a picture of some really nice feet, I'm like, those are nice, but I don't want to be touching.
You don't want to come on them.
No, but
I don't sexualize feet, but I appreciate feet.
You don't want to just blow your fucking load all over a fucking nice pair of feetsies.
I think foot jobs are the grossest thing ever.
So you're right.
I like holding feet, like a nice foot.
So since you're so into feet, guys, I got a movie for you. It's called Garden of Words.
Oh, right, you watched that.
I watched Garden of Words.
Oh, is this another show?
This is a movie.
Okay.
This is from a while ago.
Yeah, it's from a couple years ago.
And it's the guy who made 5 centimeters per second.
Oh, cool.
So it just looks.
This guy seems to have made a lot.
Children Who Chase Lost Voices.
Yes, and there's the other one.
The Place Promised in Our Early Days.
Yes, which is a great name for a thing.
Okay.
But and it's a.
Gensokyo.
So he just keeps upping his game. Where like, because you know how his things always look incredible.
Sure, yeah.
He's just started doing impossible crane shots in his movies that, like, you know how in anime things don't really move much? Like, you don't get a ton of camera movement, generally?
Well, yeah.
This was... The amount of camera movement that looks good in this movie is stupid.
Now, I know in his movies, a lot of the scenery shots are traced. Like, just pictures of nature.
Yeah.
You see the insides of buildings and stores, and it's like ridiculously detailed. It's probably just drawn over some.
Yeah.
Do you think they took an actual crane shot and then drew over that shit?
I don't, because it's impossible. This is because these shots are like crane shots that are skyscraper high. You know what I mean? Like, these are like helicopter shots almost. But and it's like some of the most beautiful looking. This is
what year was this?
This is. Do you want to look it up for me?
I want to say it's 2013 or early 2014.
Like that. This is, I would go out on a limb and say this is the best looking anime thing from the past 5 years. Because Jesus Christ, the camera movement's amazing, the characters look amazing, the backgrounds look amazing.
And the feet look amazing.
The feet look incredible.
Does this guy have like a foot fetish?
I don't think so.
April 2013.
You baited me in with a feet. And now you're backing out with a
So this movie is famous for its foot shots.
So this is a movie about a kid who wants to become a shoemaker, and he interacts with this delicious Christmas cake woman who he just gets a lot of her feet, and he's making shoes for this girl that they meet.
So it's like The Cobbler starring Adam Sandler.
Yes, it's exactly like The Cobbler. And then and then the twist is at the end that his dad was the woman the entire time.
Okay.
Wait, his dad was the woman?
No.
Oh.
Look
Don't
at this
lie to me
look
like
at this
this.
loser. He hasn't seen The Cobbler. Come on, man.
Oh, man.
Step your game up.
So
we just spoiled The Cobbler for 15 people.
Oh no, the people are going to watch The Cobbler. I'm really upset for them.
I'm really sorry.
Okay, so there's a delicious Christmas cake woman. She's she's upset about getting older and she's leaving her youth behind. And she has a taste disorder. She can't taste shit.
That's a shame.
She's just like every anime fan ever. Boom. Kobe.
So she drinks coffee, like black coffee, and eats chocolate. Or no, she drinks beer and eats chocolate. These are very powerful flavors.
Yeah.
And he's just a dork, and he makes shoes, and it's he's too mature. Like, you know how 15-year-olds are assholes?
Is he supposed to be 15?
He's 15.
Okay.
He's the most mature 15-year-old in history of fiction.
Sure.
Like to like a weird degree to where like this person's far too reasonable.
I mean, yeah, anime is always
that's
like
great.
You have like an 8-year-old in anime. They're always talking like adults.
Emotions don't get in his way.
Yes, yeah, and
I'm just like Shadow the Hedgehog. I don't have any emotions. Just a cold motherfucker.
And it's
Cold Stealer. No, is it?
Cold Steel, yes. Cold Steel.
Steel.
It's
Not the personnel kid.
kids.
Okay, sorry, quick side note.
Yeah.
I had to train a girl at my work the other day. And I was showing her around, and there's a door that says authorized personnel only. And I said, like, wait a second, did they spell personnel wrong? She was like, yeah. And I was so close.
No!
My autism brought me so close to just muttering, nothing personnel, kid. But I didn't. I didn't do it. I withheld.
She probably would have gotten it.
Yeah, because she works in your
She
place.
would have dropped on her knees and started sucking me off right there.
And then you'd be like, damn, I'm so
Oh,
alpha.
man, you're a fan of Cold Steel as well.
I love Cold Steel.
Trent Reznor.
He's my favorite Sonic.
Okay.
I hate Trent Reznor, and I love short nails.
Okay, back to Garden of Words.
Hurry up.
It's good.
People don't listen to the show for fucking anime, Ethan.
It's good.
Okay, it's good.
Watch it.
Cool.
It's one of the prettiest things I've ever seen in my entire life.
Compared to 5 centimeters.
It's on the same level.
Wow, okay.
Actually, a little bit less. I was less invested in this.
Sure.
But it's very good.
I feel like we reference 5...
5 centimeters per second.
Oh, I thought Glavin.
What year was that?
2005. No, I thought it was. No, it is 8. No, it is 8. You're
Okay.
right.
Should I watch that?
It's amazing. Watch
It's
it.
50 minutes long. Watch it.
Oh, it's a movie. Shit.
It's incredible.
Okay, I can do that.
Okay, no. You know what? This is significantly worse than 5 centimeters per second.
Okay.
Because 5 centimeters per second is like a dime, and then this is like an 8.
Cool.
Cool. All right. Anime.
This is part 2. Oh, we're the 3
Three Weebos. That's Declan.
Yes.
Declan, I'm here with Ethan.
And then I'm Ethan, and then?
I'm Steven. I'm here with Declan and Ethan.
Hey,
All
I'm
right.
Declan. I'm here with Ethan and Steven.
Okay, and we watched anime.
It's part 2 of Fall Special,
Baby.
Blowout, Extreme, Bang Me Box, Extreme Hangover, Makeover Edition.
Gone sexual.
2000.
Gone sexual.
All right.
I don't know why I like
Open
that
season.
one so much. Yeah, open season on.
Hit me with anime. What do we watch?
Yeah. what
Oh
do we
my
watch?
gosh. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. It's time to talk about One Punch! Why are we even talking about this? Everyone's seen this shit. Everyone read this shit before the anime
From
even started.
5 years ago.
3.
So it's the best.
Yeah.
One Punch Man is based on a manga
Called One Punch Man.
one called One Punch Man, written by a guy, and
Really?
it's great.
It's hilarious. It's one of the best looking things.
Yeah.
Madhouse.
Madhouse.
Oh, fuck yes.
And they don't really. I guess they haven't. They have like a B team that makes bad looking shows, but for the most part they make.
Can I
they
say
make good
this
stuff.
anime saved my life?
I literally my first note is save me One Punch Man.
Yes.
It's
Because I watched
I can only imagine after Starmie and fucking.
Because everything I watched before this was literally garbage, and I was going to pull the trigger on killing myself.
That's kind of a redundant. Okay, sure, yeah.
Pull the trigger on the gun. It's in my mouth.
So I have like a Glock on my head
Yes,
as I click.
and then you slowly put it
as I
down.
You
click
got
the
one
play
chance,
button,
anime.
on One Punch Man.
We've made the show
And I was
before.
like,
but
oh,
just,
wait a minute.
Life
Like,
is worth
my
living.
gun's
It's the
slowly
reverse of
coming
that
up.
gif of the guy with the
Yes.
headphones and he's putting the gun up to
Yes.
his temple, but it's looped backwards.
So
It's about a guy named One Punch Man.
Yes.
Oh wait, no, his name's Saitama. And the show opens with like a guy destroys a whole city, and then One Punch Man just like waits a while before he's like, okay, I guess.
He's a hobby
guess-
hero. It's
So,
not his
yeah,
job.
he's
because
kind of
all,
a dick,
all the
though.
other superheroes were killed by this guy.
Yeah,
and
I
so
like
he's
the-
like, well,
I like the first
Okay.
joke how the two heroes they send out to be
Smiley.
this guy is Inazumax, which is lightning.
Yeah.
Is
lightning,
Inazuma, and some other guy and
Mr.
dead.
Smiley. Mr. Smiley's
Mr. Smiley,
or
something.
Smiley
I
Man.
really,
Something like
yeah, I think it was Smiley Man. Because one thing I noted here was all the names of the villains and heroes
Hyper
are-
literal.
are-
It's very
yeah,
It's,
I'm Vaccine Man.
Yeah, it's very like what's the like Sentai type villains
Yeah.
where they all have a very specific theme and they
Yep.
all like he's a crab guy and he exists because
He ate too many
He ate
crabs.
too many crabs. Yeah, shit like that. It's like the same with Samurai Flamenco, which was also mocking this kind of Ethan likes Samurai Flamenco, but
Oh,
he can't say it in words
Sam.
apparently.
It's too good for words.
It's too good for a coherent
Exists.
TV show apparently.
Yeah, you're right.
And so all the villains are really cheesy and
Great.
and the villains ramp up really fast. This show has the first episode of the show has like 4 goddamn villains.
There's a city destroyed.
Bunch of cities get
Oh
destroyed.
my god.
and the villains just ramp up really fast. Like there's one guy, and he's like Pollution Man or something. He's like, I was created by pollution.
That was Vaccine Man.
Also, One Punch Man's thing is, to a spoiler alert, is that he beats everybody in like a punch and a half,
and it makes his life really meaningless.
Just one.
And that's like the conflict of the show. It seems like is that he's just bored.
It's like the Dr. Manhattan thing from fucking from Watchmen.
He cannot be beaten literally.
He's too.
And so he's just empty on the inside because he's just so powerful.
He's not even human.
No challenge.
There's no conflict for him.
Yeah.
And one of the villains is like a big Titan guy, and it's animated better than Production IG. In a show about Titans.
All right, so
God damn.
Can I
Biceps King.
Yeah,
that's the name of the drug. Can
I say something about this
What's up?
scene? All right, so with that big giant, and one thing, I love things that are just so fucking huge.
This
like
show
that
does
he
scale
just
really
stops
well.
on a fucking city,
and it becomes
I
a
think
crater
it's-
so big you can barely see it.
like I love things. It's
fantastic.
larger than life.
Yeah.
And just like, all right, so he's this guy that just had a little bit of steroids from his older brother, who's sitting on
just a little bit.
Steroid. As I said,
brother.
Biceps King is the name of the steroid.
That's good.
Yeah. And so his older brother gave him the steroids, and he's this big giant guy,
He's a big guy.
doing everything. And One Punch Man appears on. All right, so older brother is on one shoulder.
Yeah,
One Punch Man is on the other shoulder, and his older brother's like, "There's a guy on your shoulder! Kill the guy on your shoulder!" And then he squashes his brother.
It's
just
good.
like,
It's good timing. It's well.
Japan
Oh
is
my
funny.
God.
Japan made a goof.
They made a goof. They did it.
I actually laughed out loud during that.
no,
I thought that was hilarious.
I
have one note that says, "Did they just kill 70% of the population?" Oh, never mind, because the last section of the show's a dream.
Yeah. Oh,
so
guys,
good.
you got your hopes up.
Oh, what a rug pull. Oh, it's so good. I was a bit suspicious, but I'm like, this is funny. It is so good.
Great soundtrack, if not maybe a little generic. Like this show's like an action comedy. I wasn't expecting like dramatic violins and like.
It kind of works in its favor.
It's very anime sounding.
I loved how much our main character. It gave some backstory on our main character and how he became One Punch Man.
Yes.
And I loved how much he changed from.
He lost his hair
3 years ago.
He became less
trained
detailed.
so hard that he lost his hair
Yes.
and everything about his face. All right, remember that episode of SpongeBob where he tried to become ordinary, so his face became round and there were no holes. And
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, and that's what he looks like. He looks just a round melon head
no detail,
with eyes, a nose, and a mouth.
Yes, and they like because when he's doing the punching, his face is super serious and detailed. But when he is not doing the punching and
monologuing,
and instead of punching, a punch line is happening. Then his face is all round and it's the joke. And then even in the opening, there's a shot where he starts out with his silly face, and then he revs up for a punch, and you could see his face morph into cool guy face.
They pulled it off. They did,
and then he punches. He's like, "Dang it." Only one punch.
Yeah, it's like really big, well-animated, dramatic punch, and then it cuts to him like kind of bow-legged, just standing there like, "Yeah." It's great.
He's very nerdy.
A little bit, yeah.
And he's just disappointed.
He's very normal. That's the thing. He's normal.
So this is one of the best drawn mangas of all time, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And they pulled it off really well.
I'm so excited because in the opening they have all these shots of all the villains and shit, and they just look goddamn so good.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
There's a big robot thing, and there's a big lava thing, and
with the lobster guy from his backstory. It's
so
looking
gross
for a kid with a big chin.
Yeah.
And his kid just had balls for a chin.
Oh, yeah.
It was great. I absolutely loved it.
The reason why he can't let him kill this kid is like not because of morality. He's like, with these declining birth rates, I can't let you kill this kid.
Yeah.
It's very Japanese and funny.
Yeah.
And it's gross. The show's gross. You know when he pulls the fucking eyeball out of the
God.
it's got that grossness to it. I like it.
I loved it.
It's a great show.
Although one thing I will say is it's fucking 2015 and anime are still pulling the I want to give you the preview but the time is up. Oh no. Joke. It's been decades.
Yep.
It's been decades.
We watched Karikano's got one of
this
those.
amazing high budget show is doing that. I got to give you the preview.
It's a good show.
So yeah.
The last time I liked a preview or first episode this much, not that long ago, but it's probably Ping Pong. Ping Pong, like this is, I get that same level of excitement out of the show.
Not quite the same level of not quite the same artistic intention.
No, but it's good.
It reminds me a lot. This is kind of. I don't want to jinx it, but it reminds me a lot of the first couple episodes of Attack on Titan, where it's like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. If it keeps up this pacing and this quality, it's going to be the best show ever. And then it didn't.
Man.
But this is only 12 episodes, so maybe they'll pull it off.
Yeah, maybe. And it's also not based on a manga that's schlock. So
but people really like.
One Punch Man manga was.
No. It's not based off. The Attack on Titan manga has really bad pacing issues. I don't think that One Punch Man has that same problem. No, it does though.
No, the show has issues because it's based on the manga.
But I've read the manga.
Oh, that also has problems?
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone else says that. I mean, okay.
It tracks.
Take your word for it.
Okay.
Watch this show.
This is a good show. Watch it. It's great.
Yeah. Saved my life.
Best one for the season.
I'll give you guys a quick break and just I want to do a segment called Declan's Sequel Corner where I talk about because I actually watch anime, so I get to watch the sequels to anime. I finished things.
How do you have
sometimes.
time for that?
I don't have sex. So
that doesn't explain.
Steven, we have that problem.
Oh man.
Feel we?
Well, you're okay. I don't try to have sex.
All right, fair enough.
I'm not wasting my time.
That's a really good answer.
Thank you. Yeah.
I don't try to have sex. That explains all of our problems.
All right.
My first sequel is called K: Return of Kings, sequel to K or K Project from a couple years ago.
Yes.
This is by Gohands.
Blue,
which
green,
which is a studio that you guys know because of an episode that hasn't aired yet. And it looks exactly like that. And if I'm going to talk about K, I'm going to need a little bit of background music.
Yo, listen
okay.
Up, here's the story
So, this show, I didn't watch this. I just wanted to do that goof.
Okay, so you didn't watch this.
I'm blue. No, because I was going to watch it, and then I was like, oh, wait, shit, I have to watch this hour-long movie before I watch the second season of K. I was like, I'll do that, but I didn't have time this week. But it's probably still K. It looks really nice, and it's got, like, so imagine Durarara, but blue. And,
blue Rara, if you will.
With less likable characters and sort of more, it's like got more of a, I don't know, it tries to be really cool, and sometimes it pulls it off. There's like a lot of really elaborate like shots of cities, and like the first scene of the first season was just a magic gang of dudes like walking around to this like hip hop instrumental. It sounded a little bit like Nuja Bass, and it's just like that for 5 minutes.
All right, that's cool.
It's like it's not terrible. It looks. We joke about Gohands being super blue, but it's okay. Next one, Ethan, you like Noragami, didn't you?
I thought Noragami was very good.
Okay, Noragami Arigato. Aragoto. No.
Oh, it's not Arigato?
No. It's Aragoto. I watched that, and it's more of our Noragami.
It's a fun show.
It looks good, and the characters are nice. I like them.
Great.
So that's it. I like. Okay.
One of my friends was talking about that show, and he said he was really excited for it. Apparently.
Okay. Yeah. Hida no Aria AA or AA. No one, nothing. No. Okay. So
is that a cup joke?
It might be. I'm not sure because the girl she's a. Okay, so imagine me, young Declan, 4 years ago, 2011, just started watching live anime for the first time. And he picks up a show called Hida no Aria, and it's one of the first shows he's ever seen. So he's like, you know what, this is pretty good. And then he goes on the internet and he finds out people don't like this show. And he finds out that the subs he's been watching are troll subs and not accurate at all because it's subbed by Google Translate by a group called GG. So when he saw an entire screen full of a translator's note about the origins of the word baka, he didn't know that was a joke.
No.
I forgot something from last episode.
Oh.
I don't want to drag us all the way back, but what was that show we watched? Steven Rakudai?
Yeah.
There's a joke in that where someone tells them to commit harakiri, and
right.
Oh, there's a translator's note.
And the translator's note is massive, and it explains what harakiri is, as if everybody doesn't know what harakiri is.
But it's called seppuku usually.
It is both.
Oh, okay.
People notice both.
I didn't know. I've never heard of harikari.
That show also had a really good line.
Furikuri.
Fuck was it? For a mediocre man to defeat a genius, one must become a devil.
You turned my sound effects all the way. That was a great air horn opportunity.
Well, it was for the thing.
Okay,
that was part one.
I'll try to finish these real quick. Okay, so first season was JC Staff. Second season is Dogakobo. What the fuck?
Yep.
They're like a well-respected, because this is like LN trash, and the first show was just about a generic anime guy and a twin-tailed, flat-chested girl voiced by Rie Kagumiya, who is, Taiga in every tsundere ever, and she has a complex about her flat chest, and that was the show.
That.
And it was just a harem, but the thing about that show was They go to a school where they learn to use guns and become like cops, I guess, but they just shoot all the time, and they can kind of have superpowers, but not really. And I swear to God, I remember everybody in that show. I'm pretty sure they are descendants of Sherlock Holmes characters. It's the dumbest shit. And the main character... What?
Moriarty in there, and you got fucking...
I don't fucking know. But the main character is, like, he kind of sucks. I think he's an E rank, but when he gets aroused, he becomes an A rank, and he becomes... That's that show. And this show doesn't have him in it, except for a brief cameo, and it instead follows a girl who's trying to become the protege of to Rie in the first show. And...
Oh, shit.
Oh, God. No, we can't have people in the studio right now.
God. Oh God! Someone just bursted into our studio.
We told someone to come over here.
Hello.
No.
Hey. Oh, it's my dad apparently.
We can't be having this. That's not your dad.
Boy, oh my God!
No, we can't.
Son, are you playing with your computer?
Oh
wow, this is unexpected.
All right, keep going.
Okay,
keep going.
There's almost definitely a deliberate Revy lookalike in this show.
Okay. Cool. I like Revy.
There's a pretty funny chase montage, and it wasn't as bad as I was expecting. Okay, finishing up these sequels here.
Can you hear that?
No, they can't hear it.
I love no way they can hear our friend peeing. Our British friend behind the curtain.
Okay, keep going.
Yuri. I've suggested this show to you guys, and it's the 3rd season. You got to hop on this fucking train.
Lesbians.
It's lesbian slice of life with great characters, and it's great.
I love lesbians.
Even the side characters are like arguably better than the main characters. It's amazing.
Right on.
Speaking of cute shows, is The Order of Rabbit season 2?
Yes.
It's more of that.
I almost watched that show.
It's still,
I watched like a few episodes of that show before I realized I don't need to watch this.
It's still cute though, and
it is really
this season is cute.
The Order of Rabbit is really cute.
And then 2nd season of Awari no Seraph, still gay. Okay, that was Declan's sequel corner.
Still gay. Okay.
Okay, moving on to something we can all enjoy.
Yeah.
Ethan, you and I watched this.
What did we watch?
We watched Dance with Devils. I was like, oh man, I need to watch this because it looked...
Dance with Devils!
So, Ethan, we like shoujos.
I love me a slow show for ho-ho.
I love shoujos because, in the West, we're obsessed with when media is geared towards girls, like, we try to, like, subvert all these stereotypes and try to have original writing. Japan wants to give you what you fucking want,
which is
the
abuse,
which is abuse and domination if you're a girl.
Yep.
And so this show, oh god, where are my notes? This show's fucking just amazing. So it's Brains Base, who sometimes make good things, but sometimes not.
Yeah, they're inconsistent, let's say.
This is an anime original. This isn't even based on anything, and it's the director of My Teenage Rom-Com Snafu.
Yes.
Even though I can understand what people are saying, which is weird. And Aoharu Ride, which I can never pronounce. And it's another shoujo. My mouse just stopped working.
Oh, God. Okay.
My computer's about to die. We need to hurry.
But there was one thing about this show that was distinct to me.
Yes, the best part.
All the exposition in this show, Steven, is done through music.
What do you mean?
They do musical numbers.
Yeah, this show also breaks into songs, Steven.
What?
Yeah. 2 songs, just like your show.
Back to back.
Were they good, though?
No,
they were just like, I'm singing about being a girl.
Isn't that literally the worst thing ever?
No,
I
it's
thought
hilarious.
it was hilarious.
Wait,
High five.
Okay,
Boom.
actually, hold on. That show had girls in it, unlike Starmu,
Yep.
which
But
had
no.
females.
You don't understand. So, it starts off, she's walking to school, and she's singing about herself, but it's, excuse me.
Oh, woo.
But the song could just be summed up with, like, I'm a girl, because it's just like, I want a prince to come rescue me, but I know
and
it's
fill
just a
all my
fairy tale.
fucking hot holes
And
with
just
this.
tie me to bed, and I don't know. It's
hot
so,
gloomy.
and then she gets to school, and she's like, oh, you've been summoned by the great student council president, the great Rem-sama. It's like, okay, this is 50 Shades of Grey so far.
Yep.
And then she goes into the student council room, which is the library, and fucking Fujoshi City with a musical sing-along, and oh my god, it's the best. It's like they're sniffing roses and singing about breaking her gently.
Is this wish fulfillment?
Yes!
Yeah!
It's anime?
It's anime.
Oh,
it's
man.
the best, and this song is like, we were losing our minds watching this intro song by all these student council boys because one of them just perpetually has his jacket on his shoulders.
But he's also wearing a cut-off.
Yeah, it's like a white beater underneath and the tie, and oh, dude. My notes just become me mashing on the keyboard at this point. I just...
if you like bad things,
they're floating
watch
in
this.
space and singing about her. Oh God! And then it just goes back and shit.
The uniforms are so elaborate in this show.
Oh yeah,
That's the
she's
same thing
in
in
a
Star
perpetual
Move.
like sexy maid uniform, and it's awesome.
That's the same thing in Star Moves. The uniforms are really weird.
Yeah.
But they're all dudes, so it doesn't. So who cares?
Yeah, there's weird colors.
Okay.
and
So
stuff.
shoujo tropes in this show. 'cause
Watch it.
Imitating snarky males in a position of power, and then there's the spunky backtalk giving girl who gets overpowered by them and submits.
Yeah.
And then later they end up saving her from the real evil guys.
Yeah.
So no one gets to fuck with you but me. Also, one thing that I thought was really funny is her house gets ransacked, and then she decides not to stay in her house
bitch.
because she can't stay in her house because what if they come back, right, Steven?
Yeah,
So then
absolutely.
but then she's like, what if my mom comes home while I'm left? So she leaves a note telling her mom exactly where she went.
Great.
In her
Where'd
house.
you go?
To her friend's house. So
What's the issue? This is
if
2015.
the
We have to write.
if the dudes come back, they see the note, Steven.
Oh, okay.
They'll know where to go to get her.
All right, so
great.
that show's dumb. I'm going to keep watching that because we don't know if it's a musical. There were 2 songs in the first 5 minutes, and then there's nothing for the next 20.
Let me tell you. Do you want it to be a musical?
Kinda.
Yeah, I
It
kind of
adds
want
some
that.
spice to this shoujo.
It's it's something.
Okay. So if a shoujo is a show for like girls and stuff,
Slow shows for ho-hos.
What's a show about a whole bunch of guys that are gay?
Fujoshi.
That's also kind of a shoujo, but it's usually referred to as fujoshi.
Okay,
Yes,
so I
Joshi-
think
it's-
girls still like girl characters, but these are Star Movie is just guys,
Yeah, so it's like Italia.
and no one's like gay. Just
These are shows for gay guys
homoerotically
gay.
charged.
and women.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
All right, next
All right.
show.
Next show, this is all you, since you sat out the last
Fantastic.
one. Orega Ojou-sama something
Is it Showman
Showman Sample.
Showman Sample.
I don't
Okay.
know. I watched the preview for this for 10 seconds, and I was like, this is generic hair
This is
bullshit.
Steven.
And this
Oh
is for
my
Steven.
God, this is me. When I say me, man, I love garbage. Okay, so all right, what was
Okay.
All right, the English translation of this pretty much just sums up the show. Like I was kidnapped and made a
And then my
a
brother was
example
my
comment-
husband, and then
look up
Nice.
the English translation for this because
Showman
that's pretty much
Sample.
what it is. It's something about being a commoner male in a school of elite girls.
I'll find it. Just keep talking.
Just keep talking about the show.
Anyway, so this show is about a guy who was kidnapped to be put into a school full of like the daughters of very, very rich people. Almost
Perfect. Yep.
a secretive school. So very elite girls. So
I'm not finding an English title for this at all.
really,
No.
there is an English title.
Whatever. Keep going.
Anyway,
Are you sure
so-
it's not the like in the logo? There's like a little thing. Like
There's an English
that's not
thing.
necessarily the title.
Oh, that's a
just-
subtitle.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
every show has that.
Yeah.
well, no. Anyway, so all right. So these very elite girls at this all-girls school, they're taught how to be proper girls and stuff.
Okay.
But because it's all girls and there are no male faculty, they do not know.
They don't know.
They don't know how to be around commoners, and they don't know how to be around males.
They don't know about the penis.
They don't know about the penis.
Pure
And
fuck.
because of this, they end up turning into a life of just being awkward and watching a lot of porn. Is what they alluded
Excuse me?
to.
That's
is
what
they
Declan
alluded
did,
to.
and he didn't go to no school.
I'm not a pure maiden.
That's
though.
what they alluded to in the show.
Should I pick this
so
up? I
anyway,
don't-
so here's where the funny misunderstandings come from.
Here we go. It's anime time.
All right, so they pick this guy from this normal public high school because he seems to be the most normal person around. And they asked around.
this is Idiocracy.
They asked around. He doesn't know any of this. He didn't know he was going to be part of this.
He didn't
so they
ask for
asked around
this?
to his friends. They apparently ask one girl that knows him, and the joke is like maybe she jokes around and stuff. And so they believe that this guy is safe to have around a whole bunch of girls because he's into muscular men. And so
Kid's a
when
fag.
he was
He's cool.
when he was kidnapped. He was kidnapped by a whole bunch of gay, muscular men,
Hell
like
yeah.
army men, and thrown into a van.
You're making
And,
the
like,
show sound all right. Please tell me this is awful. I can't pick up another show this season. This sounds amazing.
It's okay.
It was okay.
All right.
Wait, hold on.
Is more stuff?
Let's see. This show actually does kind of suck now that I look at my notes. All right, because these elite girls are fucking retarded. There's a scene where, all right, so he's a commoner, where like his phone rings. And all the girls like, what is that?
Oh, geez,
what is
this
that
is some
noise?
kind of
and they
Amish-
show him like the smartphone. They're like, oh my god, this is what commoners use. Commoners are so fantastic. And this is like
Little
a
do they
phone.
know.
And so literally, these elite girls are fucking retarded to anything about Earth. So, what are they learning? What are they learning? I don't know what
Jeez,
they...
like,
all right, there's
the penises they make these
when-
days?
when
Imagine
they-
those girls seeing these shits.
When they return the phone to him, she's like, wait, this is not the proper way to thank someone. So she writes a note in like calligraphy and an ink and feather pen and puts it in a bag and wraps it up perfectly. She's about to hand the bag to this guy, but she doesn't know how to hand things to guys, so she drops it. She drops the bag, and then the next shot is her falling from like the ceiling into his arms. I don't know how this happened. She drops a bag, ends up falling into his arms.
Is she like leaning over a balcony to drop it to him?
No.
Was
This is
this
in a
written?
room. It's like if I hand something to you
Did you
right
accidentally
now,
hit the right key on your keyboard and like skip ahead 10 seconds?
No, it's dropping super dramatic, and all of a sudden, she's falling like feet in the air, falling into his arms. Just,
Is it like
it's just dumb
is
anime
it
shit.
like one of those like instructions too difficult fell from the ceiling thing? Is it
don't
like
know.
she fucked it up
Anyways,
so hard she started
It was
floating?
just like
Is this written by
anime has to
aliens?
happen.
Like what's
Anime has to happen. And
Japanese, so
now,
yes.
where the plot
Yeah.
is going to go with this show is there is a girl who's kind of awkward, doesn't really hang around the other girls. She's really thirsty because she introduces herself by saying like, "Kiss me."
Okay.
You know, so she meets this guy, goes to her dorm and stuff, and they decide we're going to start a commoners club, and so that's where the show's going to go.
So clubs, check.
In the preview for the next episode, I actually watched it. We see there's going to be panties involved. And
All right.
so-
Wait, what? In my
Yes.
anime?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, I need to pick this up. So 9 out of 10.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. 4 stars from Steven.
Panties involved from the preview. So watch this if you want to see really retarded girls wearing panties.
I know that's
I
what
know
I live for,
you
so.
do.
That's what anime is to me.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
This-
so
I don't
that's,
know-
that's Showman sample.
Steven, you get 2 in a row, buddy.
Oh,
You get to talk about
great.
another one because you watched
Oh my god.
Taimado Gakuen
Oh my god.
35 Shiken Shotai, whatever the fuck that is.
Fuck this show.
That's probably why I gave it to you.
So I feel bad about this one.
Why?
Because I watched it.
Oh
I
no,
don't-
they're retarded.
Dude, I don't know what the fuck was going on. Literally the
Yeah.
entire time.
Yeah, I can relate.
I got one of those this season
Remember
too.
in like Chaos Dragon, we just don't know what's happening. And
Yes.
that's kind of what
Yes,
happened.
and I didn't wanna know.
Anyway, so all right, another thing, you know how a lot of anime starts off like the aftermath of this great battle, and everyone's like, how did it get there? Then the intro happens. Then it's
cold open.
Then it's like, okay, everyone's happy in a school or something. So that's what's going on. We can tell that that there's like a military school or something, and there's a guy. This is for both boys and girls. There's a guy that carries on a sword, and everyone makes fun of him, like, oh, he has a stupid fucking sword, and he's like, oh, ignore them. They didn't. I hope they didn't just insult my sword.
Unload on
And
these
he gets
niggas, Kevin.
really mad when people insult his sword. So anyway, so he's going around this school or something, and he accidentally goes into this room where a girl is filming another girl wearing a sexy bunny outfit. I don't know why this.
Sexy bunny outfits, check.
All right, yep, it has that.
That's 1 point automatically.
So then,
this show's also.
then somehow it goes from there to some secret mission, and there's this lolly girl on a sniper. That's a trope.
I like that.
There's a lolly girl, but
He don't know
the
Ari
thing is,
also
she's
has
not
that.
very great. She's like, oh, I'll be.
Oh, that's not what I'm
And
into.
she's super nervous, and
Confident
so she
lollies.
had to like shoot some people in one room, but she ends up getting the wrong room. And so when the guy with the sword goes into this room, all the people are still there, and they're like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And they start shooting him, and he cuts the bullets in half with his sword. Because they're like, "Oh, he has a stupid sword. What's he gonna do? Use his sword?" And he's like, "Oh, they insulted my sword."
What are you gonna do? Sword me?
Last words.
So then he leaves his sword and stuff, and I just don't know what happens. And then later there's some like, "Oh, I fell," and boob grabbing, and anime happens. The animation was really lazy. I forgot who did this.
Is this
As in-
Silverlink, I want to say, or something?
Yes, this is Silverlink.
Okay, because it looks like an A1 show, because I feel like they share a character
The
designer
animation
with a
just
bunch of
seemed
stuff.
really lazy because
Yeah,
it's like if let's
yeah.
say a guy's in an office. Everything in the office is CGI. Anything
Wow.
that they
CG
could do
backgrounds.
CGI.
Okay, yeah.
Anything that they could do CGI.
Silverlink spent all their
they did
budget
CGI.
on lolly shows. So watch those instead.
So, fuck.
Not good.
Not good.
not good.
Don't
Okay.
watch it.
Okay, speaking of things that I had no idea what was going on, I think other people watched this. Concrete Revolution.
Yes.
Ethan, you watched this? I watched this.
One of my notes is, this is a bit too much, because I just don't know what the fuck happened.
I had no idea what happened in the show, and I was only a little high.
There was a...
I feel like...
High on life, right?
No, high on... Yes, that and Gango.
On Gango that I got in my life, so sure. Concrete Revolution.
So...
it's Bones.
It's about corporate espionage, I think.
Maybe? It's Bones. It's an anime original, so... First of all, they just barely finished Kekai Sensen before they started this show, because Kekai Sensen's last episode just aired a few days ago, and that was a winter show, spring. I think
there's weird comparisons that you could make between those two shows as well.
It's the director of one Full Metal Alchemist, and it looks really nice because Bones. I think they have one guy that's just dedicated to drawing crowds.
It's kind of like a pop art style, if that makes sense.
It's very comic booky, like lots of really bright colors, and it looks great.
It looks There's a
fire train. I remember that.
And then there's this magical girl, but there's also a future. There's a dude who's an alien from another dimension that's manifested in a body of a dude from Earth, and then he remanifests.
Wow, you picked up a lot more than I did.
And then he also gets infected with an alien from another dimension. But
I love how much you're pointing around with your fingers. Even though, like you have this all laid out.
Even though Kekai Sensen was a mess and didn't really end, it sold really, really well. So I think Bones is trying the same formula again, because it's another weird mishmash of genres that don't make any sense together. You've got sci-fi, you've got magical girls, you've got international business espionage, you've got mechs.
Yeah, baby.
It's Jesus Christ. You're right.
A lot
it's
of
too
anime
much.
happening
It's just too much.
It's like you mixed together 8 scripts.
Yeah, and I just have no idea. And the ED is some serious Shaft shit.
Holy shit.
Because it's just... No, it's
There's
Bones.
Faces.
There's faces, and it's just real world stuff going on, and I'm not going to watch this.
I have no idea what it is. Keep going.
I have no idea what it is. Next, this one's great. Ethan and I watched this. Shingeki Kyojin Chugako.
Oh.
This is AKA Baby Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
Attack on
Is that
Titan
really
babies.
what it's called?
No.
Oh, okay.
I tried. I was going to watch this, but I was just like.
So there's the opening for the show is a chibi. Like the beginning of it is a chibi opening.
It is ridiculous. The level of self-parody, like they went so ridiculous. Like it's so shameless.
Did they get Linked Horizon?
We need to. I don't think so. It doesn't sound like.
I saw them credited. Maybe it's just like
this is
inspiration credit.
It's still production IG.
Is this part of the storyline?
No. It's a side. Not even a side story. It's
another dimension.
Alt universe. Yeah, funny gag version of the show. It's just it's a joke. They literally reuse animation, and it's not that funny. I mean, I said, isn't that funny? And not a cost-saving technique. I swear. They're like this level of it's not even self-reference. It's just they're literally reusing shots from this show that everyone's seen.
And then,
And okay, fine, they're pretty cute. Shut up.
It's pretty cute.
But fuck, they're like.
This is the type of thing I joke about. I would joke like, what if the
oh man, it's Kyojin school and they're all little chibi guys.
But then they did it.
Oh, and look, they redid the potato scene, except not funny.
Oh man,
it's like it's like they did the thing that we would joke about them doing, but then they didn't do it right at all. There's a good show in here somewhere. They just didn't make it.
No one cares if you drool, Aaron.
There's a watermelon broke. That's fucked up. Watermelon's expensive as hell in Japan. It's like $100.
That is a tragedy. But it's a really tiny watermelon because they're very small.
Okay,
why
so
are watermelons so expensive in Japan?
You have to import them, I think.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Don't they grow watermelon in Japan?
The soil doesn't lend. Oh no, they do in Evangelion.
In Evangelion, but that's the future.
I don't know if it lends itself. I don't know if their soil.
Future 2015.
The soil might not lend itself. They have very salty.
Are these watermelons?
They are.
You've seen the funny screenshot Evangelion when Shinji is staring at a watermelon.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you didn't laugh, so it's such a funny joke. I figured you'd be laughing.
Their soil is very salty.
Guys, it's totally okay to have a cliched running with toast and bumping into a girl scene if it's in a parody series.
Wait, is it?
No, it isn't.
Her favorite jam toast.
Don't reference our. We can't reference.
Okay, it's not very good.
Yeah, ironic shit posting, still shit posting.
There was one thing I did like. They used the musical cues from the show. I thought it was kind of funny.
They just reused the soundtrack.
Yep.
It's like, okay, I guess because it's super dramatic, it kind of works.
And the name of the school is Attack Junior High.
But they're reusing dialogue and shit. It's like, what the fuck, man? And they did the heart on the wrong side thing again. And they redid the potato scene, like I said.
It's like they took the jokes from the show and then they put them in a comedy and made them not funny.
Basically riding off of the success.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
they're
capitalizing the fuck out of this shit.
Cash in. We gotta wait for the manga to get longer so we can adapt it.
But I'm gonna keep watching it because
this is gonna last 12 episodes.
Because you're a monster.
Because I'm a horrible monster.
All right, next show.
I'll stop it at some point. What else do I have here?
I got one.
I'm all done.
Okay.
Sakurako.
Yes. A corpse is buried under Sakurako's feet, I think is the English title.
Okay.
Sakurako-san no Ashimoto ni wa shitai ga umateru.
This is a show about a girl who really likes bones.
If you want to watch a show with a great Sakurako, you should watch Yuri Yuri. That's all I'm saying.
This is a show about a dude who's a companion to this girl who's an apataparamada.
Yeah, he's like a fuckboy because she's engaged, but he just follows her around.
He's cuck, and then...
No, that's not what that means.
And she...
she likes death.
It's
very similar to another show I watched called it also begins with an S. Hold on.
So the premise of the show is that this girl goes around and solves mysteries involving bones by looking at bones. And
Sankareya. Sorry, go on.
And
God bless
it's this show. That was terrible. So this show, she examines the skull at one point and figures out how the person was killed, and then she examines dead bodies, and she's effectively a detective, and she just uninvited
analysis.
She uninvited goes and tries to solve cases and shit.
This is Studio Troika, and it's based on a mystery novel.
No kidding.
By the way, there are 2 shows based on mystery novels this season. I wonder who got that trend started. It's Hyoka. And also this show looks like I'll Know Zero because Troika collaborated with A1 on I'll Know Zero.
So when she's like examining a case, she goes into this bone world, I'll call it, where
Yo girl, let me take you to the bone world.
So there's like a bunch of these corpses that are around her or rise up or whatever the fuck, and they get cool. It looks awesome. It looks great when they do that.
There's a lot of like really dramatic, like they go into super well animated mode when they introduce her.
Holy shit.
It's like, oh god, there are rainbows everywhere and there's sakura petals everywhere in anime, and it's really fucking dramatic. And they try to do that, like, oh man, this girl's so weird and quirky because she likes dead things. Isn't that not very ladylike?
So
I feel like this is. Let me just budge in here. I feel like this is such a huge trope in all kind of entertainment. Whenever
the girl who likes dead things.
Well, no. Whenever there's any kind of detective character, they all, when they're on the crime scene, they all kind of jump into their own
there has
world.
to be a visual representation of their mind working.
It's like in what was that movie with the Irish guys?
Wait a minute, that card. Wait a minute, that card.
Huh?
What?
No.
Sherlock Holmes does it in the thing,
where's the one with?
It's not important.
Never mind. It's not. This is a very common thing I see in a lot of movies and stuff.
So this show is really committed to bone, like anatomy, but there's one gaping error, which is you know the skull.
Yeah,
she holds up a skull at one point. The jaw is attached, but the jaw isn't attached by bone.
Well, that's hard to draw. I mean,
but it's attached through muscle.
Yeah. There's no hinge.
So that's weird that it does.
I mean, whatever.
Hurt.
It's weird.
I really like the idea of finding bones because I really like the Goonies and I like skeletons in general.
Yeah.
I like the interplay between the main character and the girl.
I guess.
We got to make sure we think.
If her fiance is real, I'm dropping this show. There's no way. There's no way. He's like a skeleton or something. It's got to be. But yeah, it really takes me back to picking up skulls when I was on the beach as a kid.
Yep, human skulls. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then burying them sometimes.
But there's this one scene that really bothers me, where like they're driving past a crime scene and she does the wait, stop the car, and then she walks up to the cops like, no, this is a murder, not a suicide. And it's like, okay, yeah, and she immediately spots things that the cops didn't spot. And they're like, how do you know this? It's like, because I'm a genius, blah blah blah.
No, she has no affiliation with the.
She has a tangential connection.
No, she's just a hobbyist.
No,
all right, her dad is or uncle or something.
Uncle, yeah.
Okay, but basically, she works privately.
It's like, yeah, but like this is dumb. Like she spots all these clues.
I think it's fun. I like it.
Yeah, it'll probably end up being fun. It's like
fun.
It's like Hyoka but dumb.
Yeah.
And she even has what seems to be a catchphrase or what's going to become one. Because in Hyoka, it's Kini narimasu, or I'm curious. And in this one, she says, "Let us solve the mystery." Fuck me.
It's funny.
Want to just do the next detective show right after that one?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hit me with it.
Subete ga F ni naru.
Now,
Everything becomes F.
so can I throw it? This is directed at animators in Japan. I know you're listening, because come on. It doesn't matter how good your direction is. It doesn't matter how good your backgrounds are. CGI cars are always going to look like butt.
You can't start complaining about CG cars because every show with cars
But this show is so.
There's a big she gets into a car
and it's elaborate.
It's a pretty cool car. She's driving it. It's like
But the animation's great,
here's the
and the backgrounds look great. But the car is such a fucking sore
got,
thumb.
There's got to be a way to fix this. I've seen.
No, it's really hard to draw fucking cars.
Yeah.
Well, no, but not like that. I've seen some CGI like anime stuff, like CGI back or whatever, that it's done to still make it look like 2D animation.
Everyone tries it. It's impossible.
Yeah, is it moving though? Like
it's unobtrusive.
I feel like if you have like fucking outlines on there, maybe you can do it.
But
if you change the texture a little bit, so make
Steven,
it
smarter men than us have tried.
This isn't.
Okay.
But so
this is better than most shows. These CG cars. Like, you should have seen Mirai Nikki.
they tried to make it they emphasize the car in a way that really makes it stand out as fake and bad.
Yeah,
but
because they have to
other
show
than
it.
that,
This is the director of Elfen Lied, by the way. Let's go.
oh,
And that's why you get the horrible pseudo philosophy.
yes,
Like, what if I
have-
wake up every
yeah.
morning and I'm not me? Oh, Japan.
I have number talk. I have number talk and Babby's first philosophy.
Really cool OP. Really cool opening.
Yes.
It's really neat. But then they start the show with that music, which I swear
It's
Hyoka
the
also
song,
starts with
yes,
that music.
they play the
I
music.
fucking swear to God, Hyoka started with that very same music. I forget what it's called, but
It's a piece.
Then you get pseudo philosophical babble, and then you got dumb mathematical babble.
What?
They
Okay,
say she says 7 is a lonely number, and her justification for that is that if you split the numbers between 1 and 10 into two groups, then they can't
be added.
they can't be if you multiply no matter what combination of each group you give, they can't be equal. And this is because 7's in 1. And none of the others.
If you do,
all you have to say is 7 is the only prime number in
if you
single
say
digits.
if you
well, except for 5, but that's and also 3.
if you do this crazy arbitrary
if you-
bullshit, it's symbolic.
Yeah, you have to you have to
2
make
is
up
also
some.
a prime number.
Yeah,
That's we can't explain it because
two is a whatever.
But
But
that's the point. Is that
I
she
thought everyone
arbitrarily
knows that.
gave a reason for why 7 is lonely in this very specific scenario.
But everyone knows 1 is the loneliest number.
It's so
that
fucking
you'll ever
stupid.
do.
It's
yeah,
like
it's
this
stupid.
is literally Jaden Smith the anime
It's-
because
yes!
at one point they actually say a thing that Jaden Smith said and I forget what it was.
Yeah.
Like
Mirrors.
what was it? What's one of the things he said?
Trees have feelings. I
No,
don't
it
know.
wasn't that one.
How can eyes be real? Or how could mirrors be real? If our eyes aren't real?
No, it was something else. Oh, people get dumber as they get older. They say that multiple times in the show. It's like, yeah, they make that point at least twice
So
in the
young
first
people
episode.
must love the
Yeah.
show.
Oh, I'm sure. Like, yeah,
Oh,
I'm
man.
old, so I'm stupid. People get dumber as they get older. Blah blah blah.
One of my notes is now we're talking to a computer. I don't know what the fuck that.
I don't remember them talking to a computer in the show.
It's
There's a lady in a
Maybe it's
computer,
just her
Yeah.
personality.
but she's just on a video screen. She's not actually in the
it's
computer.
it's.
Sorry, go on.
No, you.
There's one scene where two characters go to a diner and they're talking, and then suddenly every character's in the diner, and they're all talking to each other. Like, I guess everyone's in here now. All right.
I might watch it again.
It looks really nice.
You know what it reminds me of?
The first episode was entertaining at least.
Zankyo no Terror. Reminds me of Zankyo no Terror.
It looks a little bit like that.
It's
sure.
It's like the backgrounds, I think.
Okay, yeah.
It's gritty in a way, but you're halfway there with the concept. If you have a wise teacher and a student, and you got them in a room together talking, that's cool.
And you have mysterious child genius lady on an island somewhere who's probably dead and invented an AI to replace herself. That's probably what happened.
It's
calling it now. It's binary domain.
It could be fun, but they're not going to do it right.
It could be fun, maybe.
Is this if you in better hands? This concept.
But it's the first episode, and I'm already feeling like, so it's probably going to get real bad.
The sensei is a dork.
Yeah, and there's his seeming to be lover, but definitely not, who shows up and
stalker
and
perhaps.
her students gets all jealous and.
Yep.
It's going to be something. That's also A1, by the way.
Okay. A1. It looks.
Before we get to our last show, we have to close up some loops or whatever they're called. Something. Last season, our last season's preview, we could not get to every show because Venus Project Climax.
We're providing you closure.
We are finishing this shit.
The closure you need.
We do not. Yeah, we are finishing up Summer Preview 2015. This is the actual last episode of that.
Thanks for sticking with us.
So nobody watched Venus Project Climax except for me, and it wasn't very good.
Okay.
Great.
I'll just talk about it for like 5 seconds. It's by Nomad, so it looks like garbage. It's a multimedia franchise, so that it's just created to sell games or toys or something. It's idols and mechs, but not Sympho Gear, so it's not good. This show also does the girl is running through town and she's saying hi to all the neighbors and they're throwing food at her.
Tamako Market does this. Everything has done this.
Comet Lucifer did it. But they throw so much fucking food at her she can barely carry it.
That's kind of funny. That could be funny.
It was a little. They didn't go far enough.
Is it a subversion or is it not a joke?
No, it wasn't subversive enough to be funny.
Clumsy,
but it was like if you like, stop throwing food at this poor bitch.
Okay.
There's a kid whose name. So the sport or / entertainment in this series is called Formula Venus. That's Formula Venus podcast incoming, but it's where idols fight and their singing brings out mechs and they fight each other. And there's a kid and his name is Formula Venus Otaku. That's what they call him.
What?
And there's
my God.
And I didn't finish this show. I watched half the episode and then skipped through the rest. There's a cool guy named Coach in a hospital bed, so sequel to Gunbuster confirmed. He's got this giant collar and he's sitting in a hospital bed.
Lots of coachy talk. Coach,
Maybe.
Is there ever a character named Coach who's not cool?
No,
it's impossible.
That's a rule.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
There should be a
always
show
a cool
about
guy.
a coach.
There probably is.
I started
All right.
calling my gym teacher Coach.
Let's get that last.
Hell yeah.
Let's get that last fucking.
I'm just making sure we got everything. Yeah, we talked about everything except for the last show and tied for my favorite with One Punch Man. Well, maybe. Okay, One Punch Man is kind of on a different level, but I like this show a whole lot. Valkyrie Drive.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
Steven, you didn't watch this. You really fucking missed out, bro.
No, I heard this.
This is something you would be into.
Shit,
So
man.
this is a show in which garbage happens on screen.
It's
and
by Arms. It's
and
another multimedia franchise. It's made to sell some kind of game or
allow
something.
me to paint a word picture for you.
Yes.
There's a garbage bin in front of you.
Okay.
There's a garbage bin. It's filthy. There's a filthy garbage bin, and it's like the city. It's New York City in the 80s, so there's like heroin syringes in there. And you are shoveling that garbage into your mouth, and you're having a good time doing it.
Okay.
This is what you did for 22 minutes. That's what you did.
And then the heroin starts kicking in, and you're like, yeah.
Yes. So yeah, this show's bad, and you like it.
Well, hold on now. It's the Seikon no Quasar director, which is very famous, like very very funny, ecchi. That's the show where the girl has the boobs that shoot milk, but it's like her as an attack.
Quite an attack.
And then there's a great intro where the first shot of the show is a girl riding towards an island in a submarine, and it's just fucking blasted through the ocean. And there's a ton of animated boob jiggling, and it's a show where there's teams of girls, 2 girls, and one of them is the sword wielder, and one of them turns into a sword, but you have to make her come
Just
first.
like Soul Eater with the coming.
But you have to make them come first,
Yes.
Ethan.
Can I
and
say
it's
something?
the best.
Oh man! All right. One thing I noticed, I forget what show it was. I'm not going to look it up.
Anime
but,
is saved.
But one thing that really drives me crazy is if when an anime is trying to become trying to be really serious, but the girls' boobs are still jiggling out of.
This is not a serious show.
This is not a serious
I know, but it's like I see this. And
This is what
happened in
Anna
one of the
warned
shows.
us about.
I think the one with the fucking military school, but it really annoys me.
It's literally just like, I gotta turn you into a sword. Let's start some heavy petting.
She's a virgin. And on her shirt it says virgin
Her
because it's
last
the last
name is read as virgin in Japanese, and that's a joke. And the show looks like ass in every possible way because there are asses on the screen all the time, but it also looks like ass.
Yeah.
Oh man!
Even the titties look like ass.
I like this show.
That's cool.
But these because it's basically softcore porn.
No, they rub titties against each other. The nips touch.
So
and
hardcore porn.
That's not.
No, it's
But normally you expect a show to these character designs aren't aesthetically pleasing.
No, they're foul.
There are some ecchi shows where I just like looking at the girls. I'm like, yeah, they look nice.
they're
I like
gross
to-
monsters.
I like to the girls in this show are gross, and even if they were animated well, they would still look kind of gross.
Their titties are so huge.
There are some characters with it's a joke, just big old watermelons.
So their nipples that
I
push.
haven't watched anything with really weird or bad
and art style to it that I haven't really liked. Like we look at Akinohana, it's like you guys when we started Akinohana, I was like, this is disgusting.
Yeah, this is just as much.
I might just watch it and be like, oh, that's unique.
This is unique.
Cool. This is not like trying to be unique. This is like we didn't have any money. We're trying to sell video games.
It's unique how you could fucking fit your
trading cards. Drawn by our interns.
This is unique in the way that you could fit your fucking cock into a nipple hole.
Like it's like this shows like not ASMR. This shows like S&M shit.
Yeah.
And because there's because they're trying to test the main characters, so they're like, bring in, I forget her name, but it's like, bring her in, and everyone's like, oh, are you sure? And it's like, she's got this girl on a fucking chain, and she's stomping on her butt to get her off.
I didn't like that.
I liked it.
It was weird. Like, I felt
she's a hardcore masochist.
I felt pretty gross.
She likes it.
I felt like a sick old pervert watching this show.
I embraced it.
This is for the kids.
But just imagine, Steven, like an anime transformation scene, right? Yes. Where you're discovering your power. You're about to go Super Saiyan, more or less.
Sky, cool
and
music's happening.
You know, like
beams of light are coming across you.
Yes, the J Rock is coming in like it's rising in volume.
Yeah, you know what
and
I'm
then
saying?
you say fusion trance, and that's your transformation word.
Yeah.
Imagine that shot. But there's a gigantic boob wiggling in the middle of the fucking screen next to your face.
But
I swear to God that is in this show.
I'm
She's going like
loving
fusion trance, but there's just a wiggling boob, wiggling out of control there.
Are you giving me a complaint or a?
No, it's great. It is so great, and
man.
It's just like
that's what I love about Kill la Kill. During the transmission, you'd see like their boobs just flying in the air.
And she's just like carrying around this innocent schoolgirl, and she's like, sorry, I gotta transform you. So she just strips her in front of this whole audience of other girls who I guess are used to this by now because they're just watching in bed.
And rapes her.
She rapes her.
She effectively rapes her. That's what happens.
But she likes it though, and it's just a typical power-up scene / transformation scene. But you just see boobs touching. They rub their nipples together, and she literally loses her virginity. And it's the best.
Are you saying there's boob touching in the first episode?
There is boob touching in the first episode.
On boob touching.
I love
boob
and
B&B act.
And the ED is amazing. It's super kawaii, doki doki bullshit. And there's gonna be a cowgirl in this show, which Ethan, you skipped the ED, so you're a fucking idiot.
I like cowgirls.
I know you do.
So yeah, this show's bad.
Show of the season.
Don't watch it.
Oh, so good.
I know you're goofing on me.
I am not goofing on you. I enjoyed the show a lot.
You could not possibly have enjoyed this show more than you enjoyed One Punch Man.
No,
it's
I don't think that's what you're saying.
It's close.
One Punch Man is a.
I think you enjoyed them for different reasons.
I mean,
you enjoyed this.
Yes.
You enjoyed this on a carnal level, whereas One Punch Man you enjoy on a serene.
See, no. One Punch Man and Valkyrie Drive, they get it to extremely primitive parts of your psyche. It's just punch stuff and watch girls fucking. That's like your caveman lizard brain. That's like the two things they can understand. And these two shows get at both of those things perfectly, and they make me feel like I'm living in the woods and hunting mammoths and shit because it's all I want.
Yeah, all you want is those fucking gross fat tits.
Yeah, it's your deepest, most primitive feelings.
What is it like? The pyramid of needs or the basic needs of human beings. It starts with,
at the very bottom is punch stuff.
And
watch girls fuck.
But they're it's not really pyramid so much as a rectangle, and they're both equally important.
Yeah, no, it starts out as a rectangle, and then the other things get smaller.
Yeah, and then like food,
shelter.
Food's like a little
emotional fucking
support. You
can't even write that in because it's so small. You have to put like a line pointing at it.
Yeah, self-fulfillment is like the very top.
Love is not even on there. Fuck love.
But no, before that, just punch stuff and watch girls fuck.
We don't need fulfillment here. We have anime.
Yes.
And now so do you. Now that we've explained it to you.
All right, good job, guys.
Everybody, congratulations.
Yeah,
none for you, Steven. You didn't watch shit.
I gave him one.
I watched a lot of shit.
He got half of the rest of the group, so he gets half of, he watched half his shows.
You guys do the worst things on me.
You're
welcome.
That was you're welcome.
You can't say I watched shit. I didn't watch a lot of stuff, but what I did watch was shit.
We watch anime, so you don't have to.
No.
We watch anime, so one person doesn't have to. Because you've already watched all this.
Might be in the double digits by now. Who knows?
And that was the fall anime spectacular blowout
2015.
sale.
It's all over.
Fantastic.
It's all over.
We'll see you in 3 months, maybe. God damn it.
Oh man.
We have to do this again.
Yeah, we have to do it forever.
God.
There's some good stuff.
Yeah.
Nah. No, anime's garbage.
Watch One Punch Man. I don't even like it.
Hold on.
Friend, do you have anything to say?
What do you think about
Our
anime?
fourth reboot.
I like Death Note.
That's the best joke of them all. job.
The ace of spades, the ace of spades.